Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mind Your Own Business. My name is Pablo, and thanks for listening. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mind Your Own Business podcast. I'm delighted to have Emma here with me. She's an amazing person, but also she's an expert on health. So this is gonna be a special episode. We always talk about business, revenue goals, and all that stuff, but I think they're kind of pointless if you're not healthy. If you as an individual are not in a good place when it comes to healthcare. So that's why I want to also focus on this. So Emma, thank you for being here. As a way of introduction, tell us maybe a bit about you, or maybe who do you help?
Yeah, thank you for having me. And, we were laughing a little bit before we started because I'm coming off of a cold. It's like, okay, I'm talking about health and I'm sick here. But I mean, that's just life, right? Like, you don't ever really
Yeah.
know what's going to happen, which I think makes, especially me, like, makes me feel so much more grateful when I do feel better and I feel good. So, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I know I sound kind of funky. But so I help usually former athletes who are turned entrepreneurs and business owners get their spark back and feel proud of themselves again, like they used to do, like they used to feel when they were in their sport, through
Mm.
sustainable and personalized nutrition, fitness routines without extreme restrictions. So I grew up an
Yeah, and
athlete. Oh,
oh, sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
I grew up an athlete, and it was always just a part of my identity. And then when I graduated from college and I stopped playing my sport, I played lacrosse. I really just felt lost, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've been working for towards something for so long, and then it just ends." And so through entrepreneurship and helping other people feel like gain that spark back and get back into the routines for their life now as an entrepreneur and business owner, um, just kind of change that mindset of like athlete to business owner, like get that umph back with their health. So
It's great that you're here with us, even though that you have a cold or something, because that's, I think, one of the first things you have to do, which is like that's gonna happen. That's life.
mhm.
Regardless of these situations, you can always overcome that and show up. In this case, showing up to this, but whatever it is you're doing, that could be that thing. Um,
Yeah.
and So you typically talk about five pillars that
Mhm.
can help you optimize your life. For those
Mhm.
out there listening, how can they optimize their life following this structure?
Yeah, I love talking about this. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. So it really starts first with what I like to go, go through with my clients is lifestyle lean jumpstart. So you really can't go to like new habits and creating a new lifestyle without knowing where you are currently with your habits and how you're spending your time. So really the first thing is to analyze and take inventory of those habits. So, like, are you waking up late? Are you grabbing your phone first thing in the morning? Are you like just falling asleep to the TV every single night? Like, just things like that. And then the second thing is to really get clear on your why for changing your habits, and then what you want to. A lot of times, athletes come to me, or even business owner. I mean, they're the same in this case, but they have such clear goals in their business, but then they're like, I don't know what I want out of my health. And it's like, okay, well, do you want to feel better? Do you want to look a certain way? Do you want to just be able to like walk up the stairs without feeling out of breath, or like go on hikes? Like, what I find is that most people I work with just want to make the most out of their body now. And so getting really clear on what that is going to help you obviously take action. And then the third thing from there, knowing your why and knowing where your habits lie at this point, you can create what I like to call grounding rituals for stress management and for energy as well. So that's like, what do you do in the morning for yourself? What do you do in the evening for yourself that's aside of outside of work and like family? It's like really always finding a way to come back to you and know that you always are taking care of yourself so you can show up powerfully as a leader, as a team player in your business or in your company. And then From there, too, we talk about nutrition. That's step four, nutrition cleanup for daily energy and that spark. Again, I find as soon as people start cleaning up their nutrition, and it's really about just focusing on the right things, not necessarily taking away treats or no more pizza. Like it's not about restriction, it's about adding more things into your life that are going to help you have that energy. So once we nail that down, life is so different and people are energized and excited to show up for themselves and their teams. And then the fifth thing is consistent mindful movement for strength and stability as we go through life. At this point, I don't, I mean, it depends on everyone's goals again, but I really love to help people feel like mobile and just like loose and really good and confident in their body, both in like a weight loss standpoint of I feel like everyone has a set point where they just like to be at in terms of weight and like body composition, like strength and tone and things like that. But then also having fun with this with your workouts and making it consistent. The best plan for anybody is something that you're going to stick to and that you feel like is a part of your life, not something that you're like that it's a chore to do. Like, oh, just something else I have to do. Like, no, get excited about this. It's a privilege and it's a gift that we have these amazing bodies that go through sickness and like work for us 24/7. Like I think we forget about that. They work so hard for us. Our bodies love us so much and we just forget about that sometimes, and especially with the media and blah blah blah. We all know that story. So I'd say those are the five pillars. I know I talked a lot there.
No, and I think it's great. And to your point, I think we are so distracted. Some people, practice meditation or a sort of sport, which is like something that takes you to the zone, like to take you out of that problem solving work related mindset, and just like be present in whatever it is, pottery, I don't know, something. It's proven to be super amazing, but yeah, it's hard when you're super distracted. But I'm curious to know the people you coach and leaders out there, what kind of, I guess, what good habits kind of leader focus on mainly?
Yeah. I think the main thing is to work on not being so reactive, right? Like every little thing that happens, you're like, oh, you like react. And so I think a really good habit to take care of that is to take care of yourself. So it's like you feel, I really think the first thing, the number one thing is nutrition, like making sure that you are eating enough and the right types of food for energy, and that would be like protein for sure, making sure you have enough protein, tons of fiber, lots of veggies and different colors of the earth and all that. Um, so that you feel taken care of and like centered so that you're not so reactive to everything that happens and then you can be more focused on finding a solution to what's happening in your life instead of being like, oh my gosh, so taken back by every little thing. So I'd say just really good nutrition habits and sticking with them consistently.
And and I agree with that. I think that anyone in business, if you don't have a mental and physical
Hmm.
health, then you're gonna be out of business eventually. It's so
Seriously.
fundamental.
Hmm. Or no one's going to want to work with you
And
either.
true. Well, yeah, or you can create a toxic culture because you're always angry. You're always like reactive to stuff, and you people are like, yeah, like you said, I don't want to work with you, or I don't want to be near you. Call it family, friends, colleagues.
Yeah.
It's really a game changer, and we really are what we eat and what we do. Movement
Hmm.
is important.
Hmm.
What the type of food we eat. Um, but so to the in on that same note, what do you think are the number one thing the leaders struggle with when you just when you
Mm.
meet them for the first time and you want to coach them? What's that one thing that's always very common that comes up?
Yeah. I think it's they don't feel like they know what to do and they don't have time to figure it out. Like they don't want to spend the time going through the internet. Like there's obviously so much information, which is to a fault, right? You can look for days and not be like in a rabbit hole of shoot, I still don't know what to do for myself. So I think not having time to actually figure out what they need and then not having that structure either or accountability. So it's really like they know they have a problem, they don't know how to fix it, and they don't have time to figure out how to fix it on their own. Um, and then too with former athletes, I find that people want to just jump right back into what they used to do for themselves. But your body's different, your lifestyle's different. Like you're obviously older now. So you really have to come at it from a different angle with a lot more care and um, like a grace for yourself because it's a rude awakening when you're like, oh, I feel good. Like I feel like I can do the same things and then they end up hurting themselves. And it's like, you got to go really, really slow. And it's so hard to do that. But yeah, I think that's the biggest struggle is not having the time or like how they don't know what to do. They're stuck, but they don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think this is it's so common, like to be able to diagnose where the problem is, and then have the accountability to build those habits that become rooted in you, that you stick to them, so you can see progress in time. So there's patience in there, habit forming capabilities, accountability, and so many things that are just by deficient, but that by definition not overnight or not easy. So um, yeah, so I think it's very important what you do. Um, and talking about habits, what do you think are the biggest blockers or challenges people have when they try to create these habits? Is it accountability, maybe, or just patience? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely those. I think a huge thing that people don't think about often is having distractions. And what I mean by distraction, so I mean we don't have to go through the list of distractions at this point, but it's like you're so ingrained in your habits, you don't even realize life can be different. Or if you have like family members or a partner or kids, it's like how do you incorporate what you need with what everybody else needs around you? Or when your significant other or your friend is like, "Let's order pizza," and you're like, in your mind, you're like, "I'm trying to be healthy," but you're like, "I don't want to like rock the boat." Like it's so that is super super hard to navigate alone. When like yeah, again, one person's on one path, and it's okay that they're not on your same path, right? But you still need to do what you need to do for you. So that's really huge. And then again, I see incorporating new habits into an already packed schedule. Like that is a challenge. But how to overcome that is seeing it differently, right? Having a new perspective. It's not like, again, it's not a chore. And it's just about focusing on the right things and getting yourself to do that enough times where it becomes you, it becomes your new identity. Um, and then I think the third thing is waiting to change because next quarter I'll be less busy or like oh this is a horrible time, right? It's like you literally there's never going to be a good time. There's always something that's going to come
Yeah,
up. I know you're laughing because it's so true.
it's
And
so
I do
true.
this
Yeah.
too, right? It's like it's just human nature. So yes, I think those are the three things. Is like don't wait. You have to just start. That's
That's a great way to put that. And I'm curious about you, Emma, and like your maybe your story. You know, like because I love the mission. Like, and you're talking about first finding your why. That's the first part. I'm curious about that. You know, the turning point in your life where you wanted to teach people, spread the word, coach, and yeah, can you tell us maybe yeah about that journey?
yeah, yeah. So I alluded to this a little bit, but once I graduated college, again, I was a collegiate sport, and sports have been my identity my entire life. Like, I loved playing, it made me so happy. I was good at them, right? And then once collegiate sports ended, I was like, what the heck do I do? Like, I've been working towards this my whole life. Um, so that on top of a college breakup, which I'm sure we've all been there. It's like the worst time of your life, right? I it Me finding my health routines and feeling good about me turned into like finding myself again. And this actually even happened recently again where like I going through a breakup and I'm like, "Holy crap. I have to do this again now." So it's like I feel like going back to your self-care in terms of nutrition, movement, how you talk to yourself, your lifestyle, how you want to feel every day is really about getting that spark back, getting yourself back. And time again, twice now at this point, I've had to go through that, and it's never easy, but it's always worth it. And especially as entrepreneurs, I also thought that once I went full time in my business, I'd have all the time in the world to like work out and eat healthy. Not at all. It's a complete opposite because not only that, you're also stressed out. Yeah, and you like there's so many things like you feel like you're going. And so the moment that I realized, oh my gosh, it's this is taking care of yourself is a lot harder on top of you trying to grow a business or a team or just be really present in your career, even if you're not a entrepreneur, is difficult. Trying to add top of on top of trying to add taking care of yourself. So that's where I was really like, all right, I've felt the benefits of really it's like filling myself back up and feeling so good, feeling like I can go out and hike and bike and run and swim. And like I've always loved doing all those things. And that really helped me and is even helping me now. Like I'm okay. Like life is okay. I'm living how I want to live. And as we saw with the pandemic, can never trust anything outside of you. Like everything is crazy at every moment. And all you have is yourself and how you view yourself and how you take care of yourself. And then all of that also trickles to everything else that you do in your life. And especially if you're a leader, like leadership is energy. I always say that it's all about energy. When you give to yourself, you feel amazing. You're solution oriented because you're clear, you're energized. You've gone on a workout. You don't have to worry about yourself. You can care for other people and your workers, your teammates, your colleagues, your employees. You're just more present. And even I've felt like that too with my clients. I've taken care of myself. I'm like, how can I help you? And I'm so present. And I'm like, we're gonna figure this out together. So that's just a great feeling. And there's history still working itself out here. But yeah, that's basically my story.
No, I love it. I love that quote. Leadership is energy. I might steal that from you.
Please do.
um, thanks. No, so we're like so to end the conversation, which has been lovely. I'm sure we can talk about this for hours, but I wanna
Yes, we really
be
can.
mindful of everyone's time. But yeah, where can people find you? And if you have a program or upcoming event or talk,
Yeah.
I would love to hear that.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm on LinkedIn a lot. Emma Terrazas is my name on LinkedIn. I'm also on Instagram, not as much anymore. I'm really loving LinkedIn right now. And then I also have a freebie that maybe I can send you and you can post it, but it's called Get Your Ass Off the Computer and Pumped Up for Self-Care. So it's really a mindset um, freebie where if you're feeling a little like, blah, like, self care, what is this? Like, just a reframe of what, again, what self care is and what it can do for you in terms of nutrition, workouts, all that stuff. And then you'll walk away with a action plan to like start doing something new for yourself, which is really exciting. And then I'm also taking on one-on-one clients right now for quarter two. I have 3 spots, and then also there's opportunities for me to come speak at your company, even virtually or in person, depending on where you are. If you wanted to talk about leadership and taking care of yourself further.
That's perfect. Emma, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody, and see you next time.
Thank you, Pablo. Bye.